Kia Hyundai 2024 PIN code. Autel, Xhorse, and AutoProPAD tested. Hey everyone, this is Hussein, and welcome back to Baabji Motors, your ultimate hub for everything automobile diagnostics and programming tools. Today, we have a particularly tricky challenge that will keep every car enthusiast and locksmith on the edge of their seat. Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. This video is purely educational and for informational purposes. All images, clips, and references are used under fair use for review and learning. Trademarks belong to their respective owners, and always follow manufacturer guidelines and local laws when working on vehicles. Now, here's a question for you. Can any aftermarket tool reliably read the PIN code of a fully optioned 2024 Kia Soul with a 4A smart key? Stick around till the end, because we'll reveal the answer and show the solution that actually worked after a full day of experiments. Let's set the scene. The car we tested was a fully loaded 2024 Kia Soul, sporting the 4A smart key system. The goal was simple, but as you'll see, the execution was anything but easy. We needed to read the car's PIN code and add a spare smart key. Part 1. Reading the PIN code. The initial plan was to read the PIN code directly using aftermarket key programming tools, avoiding the need to buy it from official databases. However, this particular Soul had a sneaky twist. The previous owner had installed a non-standard aftermarket ignition switch, what we jokingly called an underwater rock. This made our task even more complicated. The challenge was clear: which, if any, of the popular tools could extract the PIN code from this 2024 Kia Soul? The toolbox test. We tested several well-known diagnostic tools. KeyDIY KD X4 failed to read the PIN code on this car. Lonsdor K518 Pro also failed to extract the PIN. AutoProPAD. This tool usually excels with Korean vehicles, but it couldn't read the Kia Soul, nor a Chevrolet earlier the same day. Autel IM508, a widely recognized brand, but with poor success on newer Korean models. Xhorse Key Tool Max Pro, our personal favorite and normally the most reliable for such tasks. The Xhorse attempt was slow and dramatic. It took over 20 minutes to reach 80% completion and nearly 30 minutes total. Even with the tool clearly communicating with the car, it ultimately failed to retrieve the PIN code. At this point, the workshop was starting to feel like an episode of a suspense thriller, and I half expected the car to whisper, "Better luck next time." A critical warning. Kia and Hyundai security systems are extremely sensitive. Multiple rapid PIN code reading attempts can temporarily lock the vehicle's security module. If that happens, even a correctly purchased PIN code might get rejected, preventing key programming entirely. Our workaround? Allow the car to rest between attempts, taking breaks of 15 to 40 minutes, or even disconnecting the battery for several hours. Patience truly is a virtue in the world of Korean car security. The final attempt. After Xhorse failed, we tried Autel. The tool showed promising signs. Relays clicked, the dashboard lit up, but it too could not retrieve the PIN. Every reputable tool in our workshop had been tested and failed, leaving us with one last option: purchasing the PIN code from an online service. But the challenges didn't stop there. Even with the correct PIN, a used key fob with a pre-cut blade failed to program. Either the car had entered a temporary lockout from the multiple PIN attempts, or the used key fob itself was faulty or locked. Part 2. Programming the smart key. With the PIN finally purchased, the focus shifted to programming a new key. The key at hand was a used, second-hand fob. The internal 4A transponder chip had a locked status, a warning sign for any locksmith. Some believe these chips can be rewritten, but we were about to find out the hard way. We also had a second option, a brand new blank chip called the Autel at 100 Super Chip, which could be generated and programmed specifically for this car. Test 1. The used key. After letting the car rest for over 19 hours to clear potential lockouts, we attempted to program the used key. Despite entering the correct PIN, the key was rejected. The lesson? Once a 4A chip from these models is locked, it cannot be reused. This is a major warning for anyone buying used keys online. The remote may work for locking and unlocking, but it won't start the engine. Test 2. the Autel super chip. Next, we generated a new 4A super chip using the Autel tool. This involves creating a unique digital identity for the chip compatible with the vehicle system. Success. The newly generated chip was programmed and accepted by the car, finally resolving the 2-day ordeal. The programming steps were straightforward. 1. Go to transponder function and generate a new 4A chip. 2. Program the smart key. 3. Access IMMO function. Select Sol SK 3 2024 onwards, perform IMMO system scan, and choose Add Key. 4. Follow 3 steps. Initialize function, verify PIN, and learn key. After completing these steps, the new key started the vehicle flawlessly. Key takeaways. Lock chips are final. Used 4A chips cannot be reprogrammed on these models. Super chips are essential. Programmable super chips are critical for modern locksmithing, offering reliability and cost-effectiveness. Tool compatibility matters. While Xhorse supports some chip models, in this case, the Autel tool with a compatible super chip worked perfectly. Patience is critical. Allow cool-down periods between attempts to avoid lockouts. Hidden variables exist. Aftermarket ignition switches or non-original parts can introduce unexpected complications. Conclusion. Newer 2024 Kia and Hyundai models are tougher to crack. Even the best aftermarket tools sometimes fail, and patience, knowledge, and having the right tools are vital. When all else fails, purchasing the PIN code may be the most time and cost-efficient solution. Fun fact. Did you know some locksmiths compare reading a Kia PIN to defusing a digital bomb? Except in this case, the bomb only locks your key fob instead of blowing up. Thanks for watching till the end. A huge shout out to all my regular viewers. You're the reason Baabji Motors keeps growing. If you're new, hit subscribe. It's free but transformative for this channel. Our challenge, 10,000 likes and 1,000 comments. Drop your thoughts, questions, or just hype the video in the comments to help us climb the YouTube leaderboard. And if you enjoyed the content, a super thanks goes a long way in supporting us. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and happy diagnosing.